The ocean was never silent. It hummed with secrets older than land, whispered through currents, and echoed in the bones of those who listened long enough. Kai Morrell listened. He had been diving since before he could walk properly. His mother joked that the sea had adopted him. But on that storm-thick dawn, 30 kilometers off the coast of New Marseille, Kai descended deeper than he ever had before, down into a trench no sonar dared to map. The research team above crackled through the comms, voices clipped by static. Depth at 3,000 meters. Visibility minimal. Remember, Kai, just samples, no heroics. He smiled into his helmet, bubbles escaping into the endless black. No promises. The trench swallowed his lights as he slipped between jagged ridges of volcanic glass. Then he saw it. Movement, vast and slow, behind the silt. At first he thought it was a wreck. Metallic plates, cables like tendons, eyes that reflected his beam in twin suns of blue fire. Then the wreck breathed. A tremor passed through the water, shaking his chest cavity. Kai's instruments went wild. Magnetic interference off the charts. The creature, no, the being, was trapped beneath layers of collapsed stone, a lattice of mineralized chains binding its limbs. Gods, Kai whispered. What are you? The answer came not through his ears, but his mind. A voice, deep and tidal, older than language itself. I am Thalrun, once sentinel of the abyssal gate. Now, prisoner? Kai's pulse thundered. The telepathic contact was impossible, at least by human science. But curiosity had always outweighed fear in him. Using his plasma cutter, he began slicing through the stony binds. Each cut sent ripples of alien energy spiraling into the trench. Above, the research vessel's sensors screamed warnings. But Kai didn't stop. When the last shackle shattered, the seafloor itself seemed to breathe. Thalrun rose, an immense biomechanical leviathan, a fusion of coral, metal, and flesh, its form unfurling like a city given life. Bioluminescent glyphs ran along its sides, pulsing in rhythm with the water's pressure. Kai drifted back, tiny as dust beside the Colossus. You're free. You have my gratitude, air breather. The voice was softer now, resonant, ancient. In your kind's tongue, I swear the oath of the deep. My sight, my strength, my life, bound to yours. Before Kai could reply, a shadow loomed from above. The trench walls split, and something else moved. A machine swarm, harvest drones from the corporate mining rigs patrolling nearby, had detected Thalrun's energy signature. They descended like metal locusts, drilling and firing pulse charges into the water. Kai screamed into his comm, "Surface team, abort mission. We've got..." Static. The signal was gone. The swarm surrounded him. Then Thalrun moved. The ocean roared. The Titan unfurled its fins, each the size of a continent's coast, and from them burst arcs of blue-white energy. The drones melted like wax. Waves of heat rippled through the abyss, yet Kai felt no pain. An invisible field shielded him. In seconds, the trench was quiet again, only the soft hiss of his oxygen left. They sought to harvest my heart again, Thalrun rumbled. Your species digs deep. Too deep, Kai caught his breath. Not all of us. Some of us just want to understand. The Titan regarded him, a cathedral of light and metal. Then understand this. The ocean remembers. It watched your kind rise and fall before. But you freed me. I will guard your life until the tides forget their names. Then everything went black. When Kai awoke, he was back aboard the Odyssey. The crew was panicked. His suit's sensors had gone dead for 6 hours, and yet he floated unharmed beside the ship when they found him. His footage was corrupted, his samples gone. The only proof of what happened was the strange mark glowing faintly beneath his skin. A spiral of light, pulsing like a heartbeat. Days later, storms began hammering the Atlantic shelf. Reports of vanished submarines, collapsing rigs, and sightings of massive bioluminescent creatures filled the news. Kai knew. Thalrun was awake, and he was keeping his oath. Months passed. Governments tried to weaponize what they could not name. Satellites lost contact when orbiting the equatorial seas. Kai was taken in by the Oceanic Research Council as a consultant, but he knew they only wanted what lived in his head. Sometimes at night he would hear the voice again. They come again, bearer of the oath. They burn the reefs. Shall I strike? No, Kai whispered into the dark. Not yet. We can still fix this. Then I shall wait, beneath your storm. The voice faded, leaving behind the steady hum of the sea against the shore. But Kai knew the balance had shifted. The deep was no longer silent. It was watching. Years later, when the cataclysm began, the sea swallowing cities, tides reclaiming the coasts, Kai stood on a cliff as lightning tore through the horizon. From the depths rose Thalrun, vast beyond imagining, carrying domes of air within its wings. Inside them, survivors, humans, looked out in awe and terror. Kai stepped forward as the Titan's voice thundered across the storm. You freed me. I guard you still, but your kind must learn what freedom costs. The waves rose higher, swallowing the land. Kai felt no fear, only the weight of an ancient promise fulfilled. The sea had its sentinel once more, and humanity, its reluctant ward. The ocean was never silent. It was waiting,